Good evening and welcome to Nick Carter Stadium in Eastlake, Ohio for Friday Night Lights on a Wednesday and a different look. I'm Steve Hare with OhioVarsity.com, and joining me tonight for the Eastlake North Powder Puff game is North head coach Sean Dodd. Coach, we got the Black Widows and PAE. I could tell you what PAE stands for, but I think we'd be in the principal's office tomorrow, so we'll leave it at PAE, but a little bit different for you up here in the coaching box tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been up in a box in about 12, 15 years.
Yeah, so Powder Puff, a little bit of school spirit out here, a lot of fun for the girls, and some of your guys out there coaching the teams. How cool is that for all these kids just to come out here on a night? It's not, the sun isn't shining, a little bit wet, a little bit cold, but we got the lights on, ready to play some football.
Yeah, we've got a beautiful night. I know the guys are excited. We've got some of them out there coaching. Some even asked for the visor. We've got some of them out there doing some cheerleading. The band's going right now. It's an exciting night for some Powder Puff football.
What do you expect to see out of this game tonight? I don't even know. How many times did they practice?
One that I know of, so I'm expecting a lot of big plays. I don't expect a lot of defense tonight.
No, me either. And, let's take a quick look at the team. Start out here with the Black Widows. Coaches are Josh Dill, Trent Busey, Lorenzo Casanova, Ryan Bear, one of your big guys out there. Captain Molly Kamara, Nicole Poole, Kimmy Stewart, Abby Zappola, Kenzie Volante, Allie Schimmels, Aria Ray, Molly Patrick, Liliana Ryan, Erin Malika, Cece Hamilton, Kenzie Kelbach, Molly Rowland, Caitlin Lyons, Autumn Fester, Michaela Derricole, Juliana Augusta, Lizzie Meyer, Marie Meralt, Avril Lanowski. So that's a big squad there. I was watching in warm-ups. It looks like Juliana Augusta might be the quarterback out there for the Black Widows. So she's got a little bit of talent out there. I see a lot of the athletes that I've covered throughout the fall season and in the past year, so I know they've got some talent.
Yeah, and she's a softball player, so we know that she can throw, and she was actually a working quarterback, like you said, on Monday night. And anybody with the last name Malika, you got to expect them to be pretty quick.
Magic Man isn't out there tonight, but his sister is.
Yep, and, Roland, her brother was a lineman for us, so I expect some blocking out of her.
Outstanding. And looking at PAE, the coaches, Raul Patel, Noah Adams, Brody Spock, Darm Marciante. And then the captain is Maddie Petrick, Delaney Cunningham, Alyssa Gross. Maddie Cicero, I was watching her in warm-ups. She caught a deep ball, and she also had some nice moves on her run. So
yeah, another softball player who can flat-out fly. So
and she's an outfielder, so I expect to see her laying out for a few balls.
Yeah, some speed there.
Just like she does in the outfield. Kayla Hall, Julie Johnson, Shannon McNeil, Carly Rakowski, Alexis Rowan, Olivia Ryan, Mia Brainerd, who I saw make a nice catch also, Casey Brooks, Mackenzie Hall, Robbie Sevagen, Chloe Witzke, Grace Oliver, who looked like she was throwing some balls at quarterback, so I might see her out there, Kiera Spain, Dory Siekenak, Alexia Zalar, and Ashley Way, who was listed on the Black Widows. I think they made a last-minute trade before the trade deadline, so Ashley Way is now on the PAE team wearing the orange.
Curious to see what they got in return for that trade. And with the PAE team, coached by Boom Boom Don Marciante, he's going to bring a little swagger to that sideline.
Yeah, so here we go. We are set for we're not kicking off. Looks like they're just going to start out at about the 40 maybe, or where are they spotting that ball?
I think that's Charlie Malt out there officiating, so we'll see where Charlie gets us started. Some last-minute words of advice by Charlie out there. Mr. Bear also in the house helping out, patrol the sidelines and coaching up the coaches. That's his role tonight. So it's great to see some parent involvement as well.
Outstanding, and it's nice to see the ladies are out there wearing your jerseys.
Yeah, they got they asked for the black and the orange, which works. We'll be wearing our whites this week when we're on the road Friday night, and those uniforms look sharp out there.
Absolutely. Working our camera tonight over here is Riante Lowry, who should light it up this weekend, right, Riante? He doesn't have a headset on, but he said definitely. I think he said 4 touchdowns and 400 yards. Is that what he just called, Coach?
Yeah, I think that's what he's whispering over there.
Some Al Bundy numbers.
He's a man of few words, so headset or not, you wouldn't get much out of him.
And here we go, and that is Juliana Augusta. All kinds of time to throw. That one falls incomplete. Looks like she was targeting Oh, we don't have these numbers in order. It looked like Liliana Ryan.
All kind of time there. A lot of protection. Had all day to throw.
I don't know. Was there a pass rush at all? How are they working this?
Didn't see a rush there. Might be in prevent right from the beginning.
Yeah, without much work out there playing football, there's going to be a lot of mistakes, I would imagine. But we're going to see some big plays too. There's Augusta again dropping back. Everybody is out.
Oh, almost intercepted.
Almost had the interception by Kayla Hall, and that was Alyssa Gross with the tip. So that'll be 3rd down for the Black Widows here at the North Powder Puff. First quarter, we're playing 10 4-minute quarters.
And with 11 people eligible going out for the pass, she's going to have to work through her progressions pretty quick.
Progressions, I like it. So we got the coaches out there, Josh Dill, Trent Busey, Lorenzo Casanova, Ryan Bear. I got to imagine Ryan Bear's working with the quarterbacks, right? He's
absolutely. This is his big moment.
Another shotgun snap to Augusta. She's looking downfield. Looks like she's going to take the easy route. I think that is Alexia Zalar going around the right corner, down the sideline, inside the 30. That'll be a 1st down for the Black Widows.
Big explosive play there on a 3rd and long.
Yeah, those 3rd down plays, as you know, you got to come up with the right call, and then you need a player to make a play, and there we go.
Not many people have those 3rd and long plays in their playbook, but it looks like Team Orange had it. They dialed it up, and successful play.
Yeah, so now you got a new set of downs, a little bit closer to the end zone. So now looks like maybe they can put in a running play and just kind of see what you can come up with there. I saw him working on a couple of running plays, so we'll see what happens.
I would imagine they probably need about 20 yards to get in field goal range.
Well, I think they've got some soccer players out there, don't they? So they might be able to boot one of those.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
So here we go. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted at the 35. That must have been a bad spot. Okay, she's moving up now. I think Charlie's down there playing some favorites with that spot.
Yeah, they might have gained another 5 yards.
So they're going to snap the ball from the 30, down to 7 minutes and counting here in the first quarter.
See a lot of signals going in from the sideline from the coaches.
Little short pass falls incomplete to Robbie Sevigin. Juliana Augusta didn't put enough oomph into that one.
Yeah, it looks like she might have thrown off her back foot. Maybe the pressure got to her a little bit.
That's one of those ones where she catches a fly ball in the outfield and tried to throw home, but decided to go to second in between, and it just kind of came up short.
Curious to see if she used any crow hop mechanics in her throws tonight.
Oh, interception!
Team Orange with a big defensive stop deep in their own territory.
PAE with the interception. That is Shannon McNeil making the big play. Sudden change now. Black Widows were thinking about a touchdown. Now they got to think about stopping a touchdown. What happens in a situation like that when you're playing football and all of a sudden everything you thought was going to happen just changes, and now you got to send your defense back out there?
Yeah, you said it's sudden change, and that's something you practice during the course of the year. In practice, those events come up all the time throughout the season. You just have to have the right mindset and hopefully get a 3 and out here. Get the momentum going back in your favor.
Well, during warm-ups, PAE, the Orange team, was working a lot on some pass plays that were going down the middle of the field. They like that seam. And Maddie Cicero was one of the targets there that made a couple of big plays.
Yeah, they really seem to like that middle. They're kind of between the hashes where they kept the offensive game plan. But here's to see if they come out and change it up a little bit next possession.
I did like the adjustment from the Black Widows where after first down on that first drive, everybody was dropping back into coverage. So then they started throwing some shorter passes. And if Augusta can connect on a couple of those and the kids can make a couple jukes and jives, you can make some big plays there.
Interesting defensive alignment here. Team Black 10 yards off the ball.
There's the pitch to Cicero. She changes direction, coming around the right side.
She's got the corner.
She's still going, and there's the tackle, I believe. Aria Ray pulls that flag. Or is that number 7? That's tough to see. That's Cece Hamilton. I should have known that.
Great open field play there.
Just another phenomenal athlete, Cece Hamilton, going into her senior year for the Rangers basketball team.
Yeah, committed to Hiram, I believe. So that was kind of her getting back on defense on a fast break. Coach Force would be proud.
So now you get a big play on first down. It kind of settles the offense down a little bit. You try a little, a little handoff here, handoff there.
Yeah, maybe eat up some of the clock, or if you got a little something in the bag of tricks here, would be a good time to pull it out midfield after a turnover, got a little momentum going. Very interesting defensive alignment by the Black Widows. 5 yards off the ball. Let offense come to them.
I wonder if they're playing like Charlie runs the Northeast Flag Football League. I wonder if they're using his rules, and I think they have that 5-yard buffer before you can rush the quarterback, that kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, that I'm not familiar with.
So we've got a lot of action here already, couple of big plays, but we're scoreless. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the first quarter of the 2021 North Rangers Powder Puff game here between the Black Widows wearing the black jerseys and PAE wearing orange. Steve Hare with Ohio Varsity, and joining me in the booth is North head coach Sean Dodd. They've got a big game. But first, we're going to look little trickery, and it backfires.
I like the call, but it became almost a very dangerous play for him. That could have been a pick six.
Yeah, Maddie Cicero panicked. She got the handoff and saw a couple of defenders coming at her, and then she just kind of pitched it up. The one thing you don't ever want to see your quarterback do is panic and toss the ball in the air.
No, especially late over the middle like that. That could be dangerous.
So there's that 5-yard buffer Coach Dodd's talking about. PAE going to go back into the huddle for a moment. Somebody didn't get the call. So Cicero is deep. And I believe that's Grace Oliver at quarterback. Shannon McNeil snapping after she picked off that first pass. And that's going to be a fumbled snap, and the ball will be downed at that point. So a loss of about 4 or 5 yards there. So now we've got a 4th down, I believe, and I don't know if they punt or if they just do one of those things like in youth football where they say, okay, we're punting, and they move you down 35 yards and spot the ball.
Yeah, we'll see what Charlie has in store for us here. I'm really not sure on the rules on that one.
Clock continues to tick. It's 1:35 and counting here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have to get the offense over there on the bench for Team Orange and work through these bad snaps.
Yeah, you can't do anything if you can't snap the ball.
No, that'll hurt you.
That hurts you at every level of football. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yep. We've had our share.
So it does look like they're lining up to punt. Oh, no.
Oh, they're going
for it on 4th down. There's the pitch to Cicero. She changes directions again. Oh, nice block by Oliver.
The corner again. She's got the edge. Forced out of bounds at about the 48.
Moving the chains, it looks like. PAE looks like they may have picked up a 1st down. Still hard to tell.
Waiting for Charlie's signal here.
Spotting it right at midfield.
30 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Great to see Ranger Rick in the house, down at about the 50. Always a fan favorite.
Still have no indication of which way we're going. Did they turn the ball over on downs, or did they pick up a 1st down? Now that's powder puff football for you. A lot of unknowns out here.
Yeah, still no signal. Looks like they're going to take it down to the quarter here. Ball sitting right at midfield. Might be some time for some substitutions. Get some fresh legs out there for both sides in the new quarter.
So we're moving into the second quarter. I don't know who's going to have the ball. Kind of looks like PAE, the orange team, is switching into a defensive type of alignment here. So they may have come up short on that first down try on fourth. Came up a few yards short. Yeah, looks like Augusta's back there. So I do believe the Black Widows are going to take possession here at midfield to start the second quarter.
Great job by their defense to get the stop after turning the ball over deep in orange territory. Now they get a chance to get the ball back at midfield. Great opportunity here for Black Widows.
Yeah, and I think PAE showed some flashes of what they can do. Maddie Cicero, some blazing speed there around the corners if they can get that snap figured out.
Interesting game plans. PIE, they look like they want to get the edge with the speed, and Black Widows look like they want to throw the ball a little bit more and stay more in the middle of the field. So one team trying to grind it out in the middle, the other team trying to get to the perimeter.
I don't think the center knows what she's doing with the ball. All right, so here we go. The Black Widows do have possession. Can't tell if that's 15 running around the corner.
I think it's 5, Abby Zappola.
There, and she's going. 50-yard touchdown run for Abby Zappola.
Little adjustment by Team Black Widows, who came out in the first drive, all passing all over the middle. Start off the second drive with a pitch to the perimeter, around the edge, and 50-yard touchdown.
How about that?
Great adjustment by the coaching staff.
And that shows you what you can do when you've got some speed and you get in space. She got that corner and saw nothing but daylight. So 6-0 Black Widows with the lead. Now we've got to figure out this point after situation. I don't think they're kicking extra points. Ranger Rick wowing the crowd down there.
Got some of the guys dressed up as cheerleaders for us and carrying the flags around. Creating a great environment for the fans.
That's what Powder Puff's all about. Have some fun, do some things you don't normally do.
Yeah, we've got a nice turnout. Weather turned out well for everybody as well.
Yeah, what's the forecast for the football game this weekend? I haven't even looked.
Last I saw, it looked like some rain, but I usually hold off until the day of because it changes so often. But we're prepared for both. Last couple weeks it's been a little dicey with the weather, so we've kind of prepared for both elements.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about your game as we get some free time here at halftime. Kind of preview the Rangers against Akron-Hoban. Here's the point after try for the Black Widows.
Deep into the corner.
Little wobbler.
And it's caught.
But she comes down with it. That looks like that was Erin Malika, Magic Man's sister.
Providing a little magic herself for the fans.
Now, I don't know if that's a 2-point try or a 1.
Looks like they put 2 up on the board.
All right,
so
we're going to go with 2. 8-0, the Black Widows take the lead. So now you're a coach. You come up short on fourth down. You give up an explosive play on first down. What do you do to set your offense up now?
Well, right now, all they need to do is answer. Even if it's just a long drive and they're forced to punt, they just need a little momentum. The last thing you want here is a 3-and-out, and this thing can really turn and swing on them.
So the Black Widows with the lead, wearing the orange, black jerseys with the orange numbers. PAE coming out again on offense, wearing the orange. 65 yards away from trying to tie this game up. They had some big plays of their own. They just need to string a few of them together, get rid of those bad snaps.
Yeah, the snaps really hurt them. When they were able to execute the snap, they were able to gain some positive yardage. So it's all with the snap. Hopefully, in between possessions here, they get their offense over on the sideline and correct those snaps here.
There's an interesting way to snap. She stood up, turned, and There's Oliver heaving that thing into the middle of a pile of players, and it falls incomplete. Not sure she saw the 6 defenders in coverage there.
Yeah, going through those progressions with all 11 out there, finding your check downs.
Yeah, when you don't.
First option's not there.
Yeah, you know, in football, 11 on 11, you got 5 guys that stay in and block. That keeps 5 defenders in or 4 defenders in most of the time. Creates a little bit more space downfield. They didn't have that there. There were about 16 players in the middle of the field on that end.
And gutsy call, being down, giving up a score and going for the jugular on the first play, put yourself in a 2nd and long. Got to pick your way out of it here now. Last thing they want to do is go down 14-0 going into the half.
Little action there at midfield. Can't quite make out the drop. Almost another interception for the Black Widows.
Yeah, it appeared to be the same play. Couldn't tell if there were any different routes there, but it went back to the back. We threw it deep over the middle again, incomplete. Now you're facing a 3rd and long.
And now you need one of those quick hitter plays. Try and get Maddie Cicero there in space again and let her make some plays. But she's way out wide up at the top of the screen.
Yeah, curious to see if they're going to try to get her on a one-on-one or if they're going to bring her back across somehow and some type of reverse. But she's definitely proven to be a weapon.
So it was Oliver taking snaps. Now it looks like Brainerd. Got the one-back set with Oliver. Brainerd, the lefty, she puts it up. Right at midfield, it is caught by number 9, Ashley Way. That was the last-minute trade. Black Widows might be a little disappointed in that move now. I think she just gave PAE a first down.
Yeah, PAE must have seen something in the offseason to make that acquisition. Or something in practice Monday night that kind of sparked their interest. They were able to go out and get her.
Yeah, a bunch of cash and a couple of picks to be determined later. It was a good move by PAE. And if you've got Ashley Way on your fantasy team, I think you picked up about 2 points there.
You got a good snap. Oh, direct snap, quarterback keep.
Going right around the left end, and she's got some room.
She's got the angle.
She's down inside the 20. Oh, and she just got the flag pulled at about the 18-yard line. Kenzie Kelbach with the touchdown-saving flag pull. Try and say that 10 times fast.
Took the direct snap, took it around the left end, had the corner, and gained some positive yards.
I think we're going to see a few more of those runs now that somebody had some success with it. You've got that 5-yard cushion at the line of scrimmage. Why not?
Absolutely. Now they're starting to mix it up between the run and the pass a little bit. First drive, they're a little run heavy. This drive started off a little pass heavy. Came back to the run. Pretty effective for them.
Well, that's what I was saying up here is, 3rd down. You need one of those high percentage plays that you get a player in space. Good things happen.
Make them defend all 53 yards. Overloaded on the right here. Kind of an unbalanced formation. Fake that same run, threw back to the other side. Not much room there.
So that was Brainerd, and I think it went back to Oliver. I couldn't quite get that second number. Brainerd heads to the sideline. .445 until halftime, so a lot of time for PAE, but that clock moves quickly.
It does go quick, so they don't have to rush, but they can't take their time. How's that for Oh,
There's
around the
Cicero
corner. She
around
can
the
move.
corner.
Some good speed.
And she's
in
going
the end
in.
zone. Touchdown, PAE.
Maddie Cicero with the touchdown reception. I believe it was Brainerd that threw it her way.
5th and 8 easy. Number 3, Maddie Cicero.
Well, Coach, they answered. It's what you have to do.
Yeah, play before they came around the left side. This play they come back around the right side. So mixing it up, keeping Black Widow on their toes. Big conversion here. It looks like they did change the scoreboard, so it looks like you can't go for 2.
So
7-6.
it is 7-6. I'll get that corrected. There we go. Well, that changes the game late. If you're down 1, do you go for 2 or not? It takes that option away from you.
This early on, I would try to just tie it up, but again, unsure if they have the ability to go for 2. Maybe if you run it in, it's a 2-point. Throw it, it's 1.
All right, here we go. The point after try. Seven to 6, Black Widows lead. 4:25 left in the first half. She's going to take it herself.
Right up the middle, dives in, falls a little short. Great defensive play.
Right up the gut, but she came up short. Great flag pool. Couldn't quite tell who pulled it out. A lot of bodies in there. I'm not sure if that's the right play call for a PAT in this situation where someone just has to grab that flag.
Yeah, pretty crowded box. Nobody lead blocking. That's a pretty gutsy call. Not trying to throw that in or get around to the edge, but looked like it might have been 17, Kenzie Kelbach on the ball.
So here we go. Black Widows will get one more drive before halftime. Could take that lead into the break.
Yeah, these are important minutes. That last 4 minutes of the half and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter can really change and alter a game. So this is a pivotal drive for both sides.
Absolutely. It's the same in soccer. Soccer coaches always say the first 5, the last 5 of every half. That's where the bad things happen. So if you don't come out ready to play, someone scores on you quick. Or if you're looking ahead at halftime and like, I'm going to get a break in 5 minutes, now you're letting your guard down a little bit more, and bad things happen. So same thing in football. You get, the last 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to go into halftime here if you're PAE, giving up a drive here or a quick score and down 2 scores, plus you failed in your conversion. As fast as the clock runs for this, down 2 scores might be tough to come back from.
Well, we're going to see our share of explosive plays, so I don't know if any lead is safe for a while. So here we go. Black Widow, I can't tell if that's Juliana Augusta back there at quarterback again. Having trouble with the spot of the ball, apparently. But here we go. They're going to start at the 35.
Kind of a wishbone type formation.
Dude, what the fuck is this? These are our seats. These are our seats.
There's Schimmels going around the left side. And she's still going. But there is a flag down on the field. And I think they're going to call Schimmels for that hand swat. You're not allowed to swat the hand away on a flag pool attempt.
Yeah, it could be flag guarding back here at around the 50.
Penalty on the field.
So that touchdown will not count. It did chew up about 25 seconds, though, so now the Black Widows, not only do they have the penalty, but now they've got a clock situation.
Yeah, you just have to get your mind right here. After a penalty, you can't hang your head and poor body language. You've got to get a play call in and keep the momentum in your favor.
So the Black Widows have a touchdown called back for a flag guarding call. They've got 3 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in the half. They can score quickly, as they just showed you. I think each team has that ability. But that clock will move quickly.
And Black Widow coaches can't be too happy with that. That's a mental mistake, flag guarding. So you get those physical mistakes, physical errors you can live with. But those mental mistakes, those come back to cost you. And you see Coach Bear and out on the field talking to his team. I'm sure he's addressing that with the ladies now.
Allie Schimmels, outstanding volleyball player for the Rangers, closed out her career this season. So just a little bit of fun for her to come out on a Wednesday night here under the lights at Nick Carter Stadium.
Absolutely. And these are the moments that the kids remember the most, the things that they did together as a group. You got the football players, you got kids from all different sports out here helping out, participating.
Yeah, you look at the crowd that's here, and the folks at home, they're looking at the visitor bleachers, and it looks like there's about 4 people over there. But on the home side, there's a nice crowd. You got people all up and down along the fence. A lot of kids out here supporting their peers.
Yeah, it's nice to see all the people coming out and supporting this event and the fundraiser for the seniors for their after prom.
Augusta throwing to the right sideline. Is that Hamilton? And now Hamilton cutting it all the way over to the other side of the field. That's a point guard running a motion offense.
Yeah, she cut it back across the grain. Looks like she probably ran about 45 yards to gain about 10.
Boy, yeah, she should have just taken that right up the sideline, ran out of bounds if she ran into trouble to kind of stop that clock and save some time. But, yeah, when they watch film on Monday, I'm sure they'll cover that one.
Yeah, they'll get that corrected. Film for the current juniors to take a look at and learn from for next season.
Absolutely. They got to just start practicing a little bit more. There's a flag football league out there now. You got to get these kids together.
Yeah, this spring it'd be great to see a lot of these non-spring athletes out there participating and getting involved.
All right, here we go from midfield. Augusta drops back. She's scanning the field.
Hamilton wide open down here to the right.
She's got the catch again. And there's the flag pull just outside the 25. That was her second touchdown saving flag pull, Shannon McNeil. She pulled that flag of Cece Hamilton right there around the 25, 26-yard line. We'll see where they spy. They're going to give her the 25. Clock continues to tick. We're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half here of the Powder Puff football game. 7-6, Black Widows lead, and they've got the ball with an opportunity to take a comfortable lead into the break.
Still plenty of time left with 2:15 on the clock, but it is ticking. They need to get these play calls in and out a little bit quicker, a little more sense of urgency. Down to 2 minutes. Eating up a lot of time, getting the plays in and out.
Yeah, that's good if you get an explosive play and score. You don't want to leave too much time on the clock, but if you run into a couple of short plays, there's Augusta making another completion.
Great pull there by Maddie Cicero, it looked like. Was that number 3?
Yep. And she just gave her flag back. So Cicero on the tackle or the flag pull.
Good sportsmanship, not leaving it on the ground and picking it up and being a good Ranger, helping out another Ranger.
And it looked like on the catch was number 2, Lizzie Meyer. Down to 1 minute and 15 seconds, and Black Widows are continuing to take their time.
They might want to think about using some of these timeouts here.
Yeah, they're going to have to speed this up because that clock is now under a minute, and they still have 15 yards to cover here to get on the board again.
I see Coach Ryan Bear staring up at the clock. I don't know if he's thinking about burning a timeout. He let the play go.
Oh, the double reverse. Ball hits the turf, and she is going to lose 10 yards. Stop the clock. Timeout with 34 seconds left.
We have practice.
They might have saw something they didn't like there. It looked like the coaching staff was considering calling a timeout there, but they let it go, and they got the mishap. So they lost some yardage, ended down, ran out some clock, burned the timeout, and see what kind of adjustments they make.
But I'll tell you what, if they didn't have that little snafu in the backfield, when she picked off that handoff, she would have went around the left side untouched. The entire PAE defense was headed our way.
Be interested to see if they come right back to the same play and just try to execute it, or if they're going to come to something different.
Yeah, as a coach, sometimes you do that. You just say, hey, you know what? That play would have worked. Let's do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the defense never expects it. Nah, they wouldn't run it twice. And then you do
Especially
it.
have a little wrinkle, maybe adjust the formation a little bit.
Yep.
But come right back to it. Run it till they stop it. Those self-imposed mistakes are the kind that really hurt you, though.
All the time. Any sport. So where are we spotting the ball this time?
Looks like third down with 34 seconds left. Ball midfield at the 25. Black Widows leading 7-6.
There's Schimmels wide open on the left. But let's go to the right in traffic. And that's a 30-yard touchdown pass.
Touchdown is signaled.
Can't see the number yet. But with 21 seconds left, the Black Widows collect their second score of the night. Still don't know what number it was.
It might have been 88 Autumn Fester, but not 100% positive on that.
So the Black Widows now lead 13-6 with a point after try coming up. So this is a big play for PAE. You do not want to go into the halftime down 8 when you know you need that conversion.
Yeah, big stop here by PAE would be huge, and then make your adjustments at halftime, settle them in a little bit. You've got a full half under your belt, so you know what to expect. A lot of ball game left.
Boy, Juliana Augusta had all day to throw. There's Allison Schimmels going around the left side wide open, and Augusta never even looked her way. She got the touchdown anyway.
Yeah, showed a lot of poise in the pocket.
It's a lot easier when you don't have a 250-pound guy barreling down on you.
A little bit easier, a little bit easier.
Still a pressure situation.
Absolutely. Plus, it's a situation that most of these kids have never been in their entire lives.
Right.
Different pressure situations within their own sports or events that they participate in, but a little different when you're out there in the field under the lights. And
that's one of those things that coaches can never simulate in a practice, is just that pressure you feel in a game situation.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Augusta just looking to the middle, and that one's going to fall incomplete. So big play for PAE to stop that conversion. So now they're just down 7 heading into the locker room, even though they have 21 seconds. So I wouldn't rule out anything just yet.
Smart throw, safe throw, keeping it low over the middle down here at the goal line. Last thing you want to do is throw it high and have it tipped and get an interception. I don't know if they can return it for 2 or what the rules are on that, but safe throw, good decision, just weren't able to get it in.
Well, let's see what Raul Patel and company have in store over there for PAE with the last 21 seconds of the half.
Oh, I tell you what, he's a smart guy. He was actually our Lake County Scholar Athlete nominee for the Lake County Touchdown Club, so he'll be representing North High at the Lake County Touchdown Club this December as our Scholar Athlete. So
outstanding.
He's smart enough to come up with something over there, that's for sure.
My guess is you give it to Maddie Cicero. She's flashed the speed. She's got good hands.
Yeah, she's been the go-to thus far.
They did have success with the quarterback just taking a direct snap and running, so they've had some success there.
Curious to see if they come up with some type of reverse off of that. Run her down here to the left with the unbalance up to the top, and maybe bring Maddie around to the right-hand side this time off of some type of reverse look.
21 seconds, and PAE will have 65 yards to cover. That's probably, I don't know how many timeouts they have. We're not keeping track on the board up here, but that's it. That's one long play if they have a timeout. Otherwise, they've got to, they've got to get that big explosive play and score on a 65-yard pass play.
Yeah, with the amount of time it's taking them to get the play calls in and out, with the timeout, they might have time for this, a timeout, maybe one other.
There's the pitch that went back to Dory Siekenak, but she was taken down, and there's Maddie Cicero calling the timeout with 6 seconds left. So it's all or nothing on this play, Coach.
Yeah, this is it. This will be the last play before the half. You have something in the bag of tricks. Now's the time to pull it out and see if you can get something explosive and take 60 yards.
Yeah, the one issue that PAE continues to have is their snaps are a little bit awkward, a little bit slow, the handoffs. Something you can't work on it now, but at halftime you can come up with an alternate plan. I saw that they were doing that with the center. She was turning and pitching it back as opposed to snapping through her legs. So that was one change that they made that paid off with the touchdown.
Yeah, during the halftime, they're going to want to get together and practice that a little bit and figure out what style they want to use and get some quarterback center exchanges and get that ironed out. They fixed that. They've got the opportunity to move the ball.
So here we go. 6 seconds left. They've got, they're at the 43-yard line, so 57 yards to cover. Shannon McNeil snapping the ball.
Looks like Black Widow is dropping into a prevent type look with 3 deep safeties, keeping everybody else up tight. Don't know if we got the arm to quite. Oh,
and it's intercepted at the 42. Intercepted, fumbled, but I'm not sure because they had the interception earlier and they stopped her where she caught it, so I don't think she could have returned that anyway. But
definitely intercepted and celebrated right from the interception.
Big moment for Liliana Ryan, who I believe caught that interception. So we are at halftime here at Nick Carter Stadium. It is 13-6. The Black Widows in control. Great defensive play to end the half.
Looks like we have a 20-minute halftime. I believe the band will be out to perform during halftime.
Outstanding.
I believe they're still here. And
I did see them. I did see them come in. I don't know where they went to after they walked in, but yeah, let's take a minute before they get here. Big game, obviously. Postseason, the expanded playoffs. You're in, but the downside to it is you get to go play the defending state champion at their place. Obviously, we talked the other day, and we'll have a story on that tomorrow, but there's a big opportunity ahead of your guys. I mean, you're going in, nobody expects you to win. Outside of Eastlake, everybody's pulling for you. But you're a heavy underdog. You go in, you've got nothing to lose, everything to gain, because if you can go in, you don't even have to win, but just put in a competitive game, get some momentum going to next year. We talked, the other day, too. You have a lot of good players coming back, a lot of talent, a lot of young guys that are getting a lot of experience this year. So opportunity.
That's funny because that's the word that we talked about over and over today when I addressed the team after practice was that word opportunity. We're fortunate enough that we scrimmaged Kirtland state champ. We just finished week 10 with Chardon state champ. Now we go into the playoffs with last year's state champ Akron Hoban. So our guys are pretty battle tested. We're not going to shy away from anybody at any time. But yeah, we're a huge underdog. We embrace that role. There's no pressure. The kids have been as loose as I've ever seen them. It's been an enjoyable week of practice. I'm fortunate just to have another week with these guys, especially these seniors. They're going to be gone here at some point whenever we finish up. I don't ever get to coach those guys again. So it's been a lot of fun to be back with these guys for at least one more week and hopefully some more. But yeah, we're embracing that role. We don't shy away from it. I mean, they're the king of Division II, and we haven't done much for people to give us any respect for it. So we got to go out there and earn it, and we're going to play as hard as we can and see what happens.
And that's all you can do. And all you want to see is you want your kids to go out, give great effort. The other benefit that you get from playing a Kirtland, a Hoban, and teams like that, regardless of results, again, is you see your kids get to see how those kids work on the field.
Yes.
How they communicate, how they handle themselves and deal with issues. And that's something that you can play a video game and learn how to play. Doesn't mean you're going to be a great wide receiver because you can catch everything on Madden, but at the same time, you're learning the game, the intrinsicies. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. But you're learning those little things that, these kids, once that switch goes off in their head and they come back here to East Lake North and they put that into play, and now you're building the way you want to build, and kids are starting to understand better. So you can go out and play, 0-10 teams and learn nothing with a big win. You can go get your butt kicked from a good team but come away feeling better than you did with a win. And that's where, like I said, you have that opportunity to go in, shock the world, but at a minimum, you want to walk away and be better.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that we talked about last week after the game against Chardon. We talked about, guys, that's what a state championship team looks like. Their effort, their attention to detail, the aggression that they played with. And that's not against anything anybody else played, but that was our last opponent. And you just see a big difference in the way that they carry themselves and play. And so we addressed that with our team, and the guys realized it and see it. So our practice this week has been outstanding. Our guys are flying around. They're playing as fast and as aggressive as I've seen them all season. I thought we played great against Brush. We didn't play as well last week, and we also ran into a pretty good football team last week with Chardon. So I'm really curious to see how the guys come out. I'm excited about it. I just love watching these guys get out there and compete. Regardless of the score, these guys have played hard all year. They got a chance to get into the playoffs, which not everybody does. And there's that debate, 16, non-16. I'm a huge advocate of it. But we're excited about it and looking forward to watching these guys.
I was just thinking too. I forgot you played Chardon last week, so I don't think there are too many high school teams that go back to back with state champions.
Yeah, that's what I'm aware of. We might be the only lucky ones.
I don't know if that's a lucky draw or what, but to end the regular season against the defending state champ and then to start the postseason with the defending state champ, tall order.
Yep, but that's what you want. You want those opportunities. I talked to the guys throughout the week. What better measuring stick to see where we are and what we're capable of than playing the defending state champ that's probably the favorite to win it all. I haven't really looked through all of that kind of stuff. I don't pay that much attention to it. I just focus on us. But great measuring stick for us, and great, like you said, an incredible opportunity.
And again, it comes down to whatever happens next Friday, whenever your season ends, you're going to say goodbye to your seniors, but you've got a whole bunch of guys that are coming back. This is another opportunity for them to get more experience, to go out, make some plays, gain some confidence, gain some momentum, to fuel that inspiration in the offseason, just to say, oh, man, I had a big game against the state champ. I want to go in and work even harder. And a lot of benefits from this type of game, and that goes back to what you were saying with the playoffs, the expanded playoffs. I've read a lot of stuff about people, it shouldn't have been 16, that's too many. You're going to have too many blowouts. Well, we have blowouts all the time. But like I said, you now have this team that's coming in. You guys, 14th seeded?
14th.
So you're the 14th seed. If they had 12, you'd be sitting at home this week. Instead, your guys get to go out, play at a great team, see what that's all about so that they can see how those kids take care of business. So, you don't like to see the big scores that we're going to see across the state. When ones play 16s, bad things happen. But it's an experience. And kids playing in the playoffs. I mean, how many times have kids gone 9-1 and missed the playoffs? Never got that opportunity. Now that's not going to happen anymore. You're going to have some teams get their butt kicked, but if they take it with the way you're approaching this game, where it's an opportunity and where you can learn from it, I think it's a great thing. So I don't have an issue with the expansion.
Yep, I personally love it, and I understand and respect the side and the arguments against it. But you talk about the ones versus the 16s, or even in our case where we're a huge underdog. And I've heard so many people say, well, how would you like to be that team that's the low seed and you're playing one of those top seeds? Well, I can tell you, our kids are pretty darn excited.
Yeah.
We are that team that's at the bottom end of it in the ranking, and our kids are having a blast out there practicing. They love the chance to go and play Hoban. And those scores that people are worried about, those lopsided scores that you'll probably see in some situations, hopefully not ours, but you'll see them in some situations. But that's either people worried about the kids being fragile. Our kids can handle it, whether it's us up or down. They'll survive it one way or the other. And most of the people that I see writing or tweeting or talking about those things aren't as invested as the coaches, the players, the parents.
Right.
You know, they're just looking at a score and like, oh, that's a boring game. Well, I'm sorry that it's boring for those guys, but it's not boring for the 80 guys we had out there practicing today.
Yeah, it's another week of practice next to the kids that they've played with their entire lives. And for seniors especially, one more week, one more game, an opportunity to go even further. But going back to the 1s versus 16s, when you look at basketball, there were girls' basketball games where the number 1 seed was playing the number 36 seed, and then they won and played the number 32 seed. And, you know, and those games were ugly, and you know, you're not going to get away from that. But I've been to state championship games. Kirtland beat Ironton in a state championship game 38-0. I mean, you're going to have blowouts. That happens. You don't want to see people rub it in and you know, push the score that way. But, you know, you're going to have that. And as long as that team that loses 38-0 said, hey, you know what, I went out, gave my all, we got our butt kicked by a better team, so be it. It's a life lesson. And
absolutely. And the kids survive it. And I've been on both ends of it. And I can honestly say I can't recall a single time in 23 years where anybody's rubbed it in on us or we've rubbed it in on somebody else. You know, we either kicked somebody's butt or got our butts kicked, and we all survived it. So I personally don't like the running clocks and all those types of things. I think it's just let kids play football, play the game of football the way it's meant to be, just like in baseball or softball, and I hear people say, you know, just lead off and get tagged out. Well, now you're not playing the game.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff.
You know, I just not a fan of it. Let the kids just play, and they'll survive.
I've covered Kirtland now for about 12 years, so I will disagree with you on the running clock. There are some times where that running clock is merciful. And when it's 50-0 at halftime, there's nothing left to be done. You know, now you're playing a JV game in the second half, and now your JV kids are, you know, pushing their quarter limits. And so I think the running clock is helpful. 35 might not be the right number. Maybe they need to adjust that. But, yeah, there are some merciful games that need that running clock. And they're even doing it in soccer now, and the running clock doesn't make a big difference because there's not that many stoppages. But when it's 9-0, 10-0, there's no point in delaying that anymore. You know, it's
good point.
But yeah, there are some games where, you know, you just have this sequence of events where all of a sudden you're down 28, and now, you know, you're in jeopardy of losing that. Now there have been teams that have come back from big deficits, not many, but you know, that running clock basically you're playing like 4 minutes of football in the second half,
fast.
So it goes real quick.
Fast. And the hard part about it is trying to get guys in. If you have a big senior class, junior class, you know, some guys that maybe don't get as much playing time at those grade levels, and you're trying to get those guys in, you know, in those types of situations, in those types of games. That's what makes it hard. But I also understand it, and I understand the arguments for. I talked to a couple coaches that have gone deep in the playoffs pretty consistently, and you know, they make the argument of the amount of games and wear and tear on their kids. So if you look at a team like a Kirtland that traditionally, you know, goes deep in the playoffs, state title type game, you know, some of those 4-year kids, if they're playing a lot as a freshman, they're playing 60 games.
60 games.
So that's a lot of football. But that's a problem I would welcome any day.
Absolutely. I remember.
I'll take that any day.
Yeah, a few years ago, the kid from Kirtland set the state record for games started, and it was 59. So he didn't start the first game of his freshman year, started every game since. The record he beat was 58 games. So for somebody to beat that record, they're going to have to play in the state championship 4 straight years.
Yeah.
It's been done, but
it's
been done, but it's going to be tough.
That's going to be tough. This day and age, you know, plus everything's always changing. The divisions, the playoff format, adding more teams, and so there's going to be a lot of things that, you know, competitive balance and things like that.
But yeah, I do like the expanded playoffs. We do it in every other sport. So, you know, why penalize football kids? And then you say, okay, well, they played 10 regular season games. That's 16 games in a season. But is it, you know, I mean, if you're playing 16 games, you've got a pretty good team. So you've got guys they're not necessarily, not everybody's playing both ways. They're you know, so I think there's a way around it. I think if you're conditioning, you're doing all those things you're supposed to do in the preseason and during the season, you know, the kids can handle it. They're resilient.
Absolutely. I mean, I keep coming back to Kirtland because they're the local team. I mean, they've done it, and they continue to do it. So it hasn't been that detrimental to programs like that. And
It's actually been a benefit to them because, as we talk about the blowouts, their JV kids and their freshmen are playing a half of every varsity football game. So by the time they're juniors and seniors, they have a full season of high school football under their belts, whereas their opponents, kids are starting for the first time or seeing their first real varsity action. And so it makes a difference when you've got freshmen that are scoring touchdowns in a varsity game, and then by the time they're junior starters, they've got almost 2 years of high school football under their belts already. So
absolutely
makes a big difference. Just we were talking about the awareness and learning and all those things. Well, that's what you're doing on a Friday night. I cover a high school football game every Friday, and the sidelines are always packed with kids who aren't playing. They're playing, Saturday morning. A lot of them, they got their hands in their pockets. They're looking up at mom in the crowd. But when you're playing a game, it's different. You're actually out there. You're learning. You're getting those stressful situations.
Yeah, it is. It's a big difference because every program has their guys that know, all right, I'm probably not going to see this field no matter what happens.
Right. Well, let's get back to some powder puff here. Third quarter is just about to start. Black Widows lead 13-6. PAE, I believe, will start with the ball here in the second half. So you're down a touchdown in a conversion. You're not in panic mode yet, but what do you try to establish here to start the second half?
You just want some momentum, even if it's just a couple first downs, flip the field, get a little success, keep the confidence going. By no means are they out of it. Get your playmakers the ball.
And so that's what we're going to see here with PAE in the orange, trailing 13-7, but they're coming out with the ball and the ability to strike quick.
Oh, looks like a little jailbreak slip screen type play down here into the boundary.
That's one of those high percentage plays I was talking about earlier. You just got to establish some rhythm, do something that gets you a few yards and the momentum.
Always helps to come out and start with a completion. Positive play.
So we're going to see second down, yardage. I think they're going 20 yards for a first down, aren't they? Is that flag football rules?
Yes.
Another short snap, but she was able to corral that one. She got that out to Alexis Rowan for the completion, and just another very small gain. Grace Oliver at QB. 2 completions to start the second half, but the yardage, very minimal. So they've taken a timeout here with 8:51 to go here in the third quarter. Once again, we are live from Nick Carter Stadium for the 2021 North Rangers Powder Puff game. Black Widows versus PAE. I'm Steve Hare with OhioVarsity.com, and joining me in the booth is North football coach Sean Dodd.
Exciting to be here. Good crowd, beautiful night, close football game.
You know what I like about it is there's no pressure.
Yes.
How often do you stand out here when the lights are on and not have pressure?
I have not been fortunate enough to experience that too many times.
Yeah, those lights go on and suddenly the hair on the back of your neck stands up, and for 4 hours you're in panic mode.
Yeah, there's no feeling like it. I haven't coached any of the other sports, so I don't know what those experiences are like, but not too many things bring the community together like high school football on a Friday night with the band, the cheerleaders, and for us, the Rangerettes, the mascot, the youth. It's a special thing, high school football.
It's definitely special. I like all high school sports, and I wish that the soccer teams and the volleyball teams would get the same type of love.
Absolutely. We talk to our guys all the time when we see the other sports training and stuff, and including our band. Everybody else works just as hard or harder than us, they all make the same sacrifices. They have the same commitment. They just have a different platform.
Right.
But they're all kind of going through the same experience and doing the same things. And hopefully now that we're kind of getting through some of these restrictions with COVID and stuff as a society, the gyms will be packed for basketball and, spring sports and wrestling. We'll get a bigger attendance now.
I sure hope so. That was Mia Brainerd on that big run down the right sideline.
Looking for volunteer hours. The senior class after college 2022 is looking for volunteers for concession and the spirit wear stand October through April if you want to sign up.
Robbie Sevagen coming in.
That kid doesn't know my name. What is it?
Mia Brainerd back in. Is that Cicero up there, top of the screen?
Looks like you're up at the top, coming in motion.
Oh, yeah. I like this play call. That's arena football right there.
Oh, a little
Look
cut
at her
back.
change of direction.
Goes back across the grain.
And she throws.
She was about 5 yards downfield.
The referee can't find his flag.
Yeah,
He's
looking
digging
for
it
the
out.
flag.
There
He's
it
got
is.
in there somewhere.
The guy all the way by the end zone.
Oh, there it is.
Maddie had a good idea. Just got to know where you're at on the field. Getting the business from your guys over there.
Yeah, there's my coaching staff over there in the box. Enjoying listening to the broadcast live from 4 feet away from us.
So they're the two guys watching the broadcast at home. I like it.
They're dialed in. I'm sure they're recording the entire thing so they can pull out sound bites.
Oh,
for later
it'll be
on.
archived forever on YouTube.
So looking forward to that.
So after the penalty, PAE's got some yardage to make up. Plenty of time here, 7:18 left in the third.
Puts them back. They might need 2 sticks here for the first. Not sure where they're spotting it.
Looks like the 42, Shannon McNeil's got her feet inside the 43, ready to set that ball down.
Sticking with the unbalanced look, overloaded to the left, only 2 down here to the right. Oh, intercepted over the middle.
So another big interception for the Black Widows. They already lead 13-7, and now they've taken the ball back. Autumn Fester, another softball player, hauls in that interception.
Came back to the short side over the middle. Not much there. Black Widows come up with the turnover.
Yeah, so if you're the Black Widows, you've got the game in control, you've got the lead, clock on your side, and the ball. And they've had some success with some explosive plays, so let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, we'll see if they try to milk the clock here or if they're going to go for the quick strike.
I believe that's still Juliana Augusta taking the snap, forward lateral.
Oh, she's got the edge sealed. One girl to beat. Oh, tripped up at about the 40 in a flagpole.
Oh, that was a great play by McNeil, who's having a great day. That's 3 great plays by her already.
She's been all over the field.
Was that Hamilton on the carry? It was either 7 or 5. I couldn't quite tell. So Abby Zappola.
I believe 5, Abby Zappola.
Yeah, and she's the one that had the touchdown run around the left side.
So a couple of playmakers and weapons for Black Widows.
So Black Widows will move the sticks. They're going to set up at the 42 of PAE. First down with just over 5 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Aaron Malika split wide down here at the bottom. Had a big play earlier in the game.
Augusta looks to her right. Now she's going over the middle. Ball is tipped.
Incomplete pass. Not sure who got a hand on that for PAE.
Looked like it was number 16 or 18, Olivia Ryan. So Black Widows will give it another try from the 42. Snap back to Augusta.
almost in a hurry-up mode. There's Malika there.
I got to say, she looks like the better athlete in the family. Sorry, Chris.
Might have a step or two on her brother. Playing ball at the next level at Lake Erie. Was up here last night to check out some playoff practice. Good to see him, and Jimmy Arnold came up as well.
Absolutely. Is Jimmy playing? I know he had the knee issue. He was going to play some basketball, wasn't he?
He was playing at Lake Erie. He's no longer playing with the injury, so he actually came up to check out basketball practice, then came out to see the football guys, so he pulled a little double duty last night. Always great to see the alumni. We just happen to have 2 former quarterbacks up here last night.
That's nice. Augusta
got
just
a girl
planning
wide
those
open
feet.
up
Oh,
on the
look
right.
at her.
Keeps it herself around the right edge.
That looks like Kimmy Stewart going in for the 40-yard touchdown. With 3:40 left, I believe that was number 4, Kimmy Stewart. Black Widows strike again.
Touchdown, Black Widows. Number 4, Kimmy
And you know if there's any relation to Caitlin Stewart, the former soccer player that's now playing at
Mount Union.
I don't know if it's a younger sister or...
19-6 is our score. Black Widows looking to add another point here on a conversion. Moving it back to the 20, so going back to the 10. 15.
Cheerleaders showing some excitement here, running around with the flags to celebrate the touchdown.
So there's Stewart now looking into the corner. It's going to fall incomplete, a little bit short. Looks like that was Liliana Ryan again. But that one's going to fall incomplete. Well, now PAE is in some trouble.
Yeah, it's as fast as these quarters go, and as slow as they've been getting some of the play calls in, they're definitely going to have to pick up the pace and go a little faster. A little more sense of urgency on their part if they want to get back into this.
They had a couple of plays that looked like they could have been explosive plays. They didn't execute well, like that double reverse. I think we're going to see that again.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll come back to that.
Hey, all right. Yeah.
Turn this over to Mr. Bear. You can interview Papa Bear here. Put him
Papa
on the
Bear,
spot.
absolutely.
He came up to say hello, but we're going to put him to work.
Yeah. So Ryan Bear is down coaching the Black Widows. Dad is up in the box. Did you come up here to survey the field, give him some clues?
Yes, not to give him clues, just, both sides told me to stay out of the action. So I've been over talking to Coach Felly all night.
Come up here and hide a little bit.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a little whirlwind experience there for you as Ryan was checking out schools and finally settled on Pittsburgh. I know I talked to Ryan, but from your perspective, just what was it about Pittsburgh that led the family there?
He had a really hard time narrowing things down, and it took him, he didn't choose Pitt until like 2 weeks before we went there, and we just had a really good time.
Looks like Brainerd throwing to McNeil. McNeil got a fingertip on it, but couldn't pull in the pass. That'll be second down for PAE. So I know Pittsburgh, I like Pittsburgh. I think it's a great city. Being Cleveland, most people don't like Pittsburgh, but I think it's a great city. Nice football program. I've never really been a fan. I'm a Notre Dame fan, and, Tony Dorsett used to smoke them a little bit. They've had some other Pitt teams that have ruined some Notre Dame seasons, but great program for them to go into. They play a lot of big games, so that should be pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, it should be really good. They're having a great season, starting to pick up some guys, so hopefully they can keep the momentum.
There was McNeil again on the target from Brainerd. Another short pass. It looked like Brainerd wanted to throw deep and then thought twice and looked for McNeil. But again, it was a little bit high and off the fingertips. But, so coming out here, you see your kid out here coaching. That's got to be fun. Just a little different. Normally you come into the stadium, you're watching him play. There's some nerves going on, some anxiety. Tonight it's all about fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, he's a great kid. He's very active in the community. Usually when I'm here watching the games, I'm watching everybody but him because I know what he's going to do.
That was a great defensive play on a run by Maddie Cicero, who changes directions. But Liliana Ryan with that flag pull, I believe that's number 25 down there, but great defensive play because if Cicero got around that tackle, she had that left sideline all to herself. So big play by the Black Widows, who've got 3 interceptions already, a couple of defensive stands. So outstanding performance thus far, but PAE's got to generate some offense here. With it's 1:25 and counting here in the third quarter, so they're running out of time. Has Ryan talked about his major yet, other than it's football for the first couple years? And then
kinesiology.
Okay.
He wants to take after his uncle and be a strength coach.
Nice. Yeah, so they talk about guard or tackle with him? They make that decision yet?
They haven't made any decisions yet, and I mean, Ryan doesn't mind, wherever he plays, so.
Very cool. All right, so there's Brainerd. Oh, she's going to hand off. That is number 1, Kayla Hall, trying to get around the corner. She gets to about the 45. I don't know if she was pushed out of bounds or flag pull. I think they're going to spot it at about the 42. Clock is ticking. We're under 30 seconds now left here in the third quarter. So, yeah, she got that ball up to the 42. But PAE is behind the chains here. They've got a long way to go for a first down, and they can't afford another empty possession. Brainerd's going to take it herself right up the gut. She had some room, but trying to sneak through that many defensive players when all you have to do is grab a flag, that's not a great decision, but she had a gap, just wasn't fast enough to get through it all the way. Picked up a few yards. It'll be a fourth down now for PAE. Can't afford to punt here as the quarter flips to the fourth. Great night, though. Great night. The rain held off. It's not real cold. It's nice chill in the air. This is football weather.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's see. We've got 19-6 with 10 minutes left. That's a fast-moving clock, so PAE has to strike quickly, come up with a defensive stand, and then do it again. What was Ryan's game plan coming into this? What was he
I have no idea. Like with everything else, he never, he doesn't discuss any of that with me. Nope. That was the only thing in all the interviews when he said, it was a family decision. He made that decision on his own.
Well, you didn't say no, so he counted that as a family decision.
Yeah, no doubt. But I appreciate your time and the little slight interview. I'm going to give the microphone back to the guy that actually knows football.
Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. Well, Coach, PAE finds itself in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, they're in trouble now. Now we're down to the fourth quarter. Down a couple scores. Still some time, but they're going to have to go in hurry-up mode.
It's number 8, Carly Rakowski, with the handoff. She tries to get around that right side. Only picked up a couple.
They might have to get Maddie Cicero a little bit more involved.
Yeah, I would think.
Pretty explosive at the beginning of the game.
Absolutely.
Some speed.
And they've tried to do it. She's run a couple of those wide counters, I'll call them, where she runs to one sideline and then shifts directions and goes the other. But she can get that edge.
She has the speed to take it to the distance. Just needs a little bit of a crease. Black Widows keeping 2 safeties deep, trying to stop the big play. Smart on their part.
Oliver corrals that high snap.
Oh, we might have a block in the back.
That was McNeil. And
there's the white flag.
It came in a little bit late.
Penalty on the field.
Lizzie Meyer there lobbying for the call, and she gets it. Rightly so.
Absolutely. Good call. Unfortunate to see that take place, but definitely the right call.
So PAE shooting itself in the foot here as they already trail by 2 scores. So they're going to move back to their own 47-yard line. PAE wearing the orange jerseys. They trail Black Widows 19-6. Grace Oliver again back at quarterback.
A little bit more of the unbalanced look, loading up on the right side, only 2 down here to the left.
Another quarterback draw. She's looking for the right side now. Great defensive effort. Once again, I'll tell you what, the Black Widows are playing some pretty good defense. They took great angles to the ball carrier. They didn't try and cut inside and then find out that they took a bad angle.
Good team pursuit. A lot of girls swarming to the ball carrier. Well executed by the defense.
Let's see, who's the defensive coordinator out there? Casanova? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, or Dill or Busey, since those two aren't involved in football, but obviously fans of the kids and fans of the game of football. I'm sure they'll be able to get involved there and scheme some things up.
The other problem that PAE has is the time it takes for them to snap the ball. Oh, look at that. The tip drill pays off.
Threw one set of hands and then caught by another member of PAE.
28. So that was Mia Brainerd on the catch. I believe it was tipped by, who was that? I was going to say number 5. Oh, yeah, Robbie Sevagen. So, yeah, Robbie Sevagen with the tip, and Brainerd makes the catch.
They're definitely have to work to pick up the pace.
Yeah, 7:35 now remaining here in the game.
Not going to be able to onside kick or anything like that to get the ball back. So not sure what the play clock rules are, but Black Widows, if PAE does score, Black Widows might be able to.
Oliver now, another quarterback draw. She was a lot more patient on that one. She waited, let the defense go back into coverage, and then she took a couple of steps and watched to see what the defense would do. Then she made a move. So that was some awareness there.
Very safe play, positive yards, but again, that clock would be my biggest concern right now at this point if I'm PAE. I'd like to give a shout out and thank my coaching staff for helping out tonight. Some of these guys are up in the box. They put up the tunnel. They put the tunnel away. They fed our players, got jerseys out. Very active. Long day for them, long week for them, so I appreciate all their efforts.
I will say that was pretty cool that you brought the tunnel out. That was nice. There's Brainerd again on a quarterback draw. But I'll tell you what, the problem that she's having is she's running right into the defense, and all you need is someone to reach out and grab the flag. She's got to get to a corner.
A lot of bodies there. It's going to be hard to run past all of them without getting the flag pulled, and we're better off trying to get out to the edges here a little bit. Get some of their speed out there in the perimeter.
Once again, that clock just keeps ticking away. Valuable, precious time.
They are picking up the pace a little bit, getting the play calls in, which is nice to see.
Looking
She's
to
got a
throw.
girl wide open in the left. Goes into the middle. Dangerous throw, incomplete.
It was a good idea, but they've got to avoid the middle of the field. There's just too many bodies out there. You know, if you've only got, a 4 wide receiver set with 4 DBs, you got a lot more space, but everybody's dropping back into coverage. Way too many bodies to try and throw that, unless it's a Hail Mary in the end zone.
They come back to, look like we might have had number 8, Carly Rakowski, open to the left. They come back to that.
That was Robbie Sevagen. She was open for a minute, but right there in the middle of the field with everybody. The defense had time to get back on her. She went up, tried to high point the ball. Just couldn't make the catch. So we're at 5 minutes now. And PAE is desperate now for a score.
Hello?
Waiting to see if they come down here to the bottom left at all. They've had some opportunities to the left. And she's going to keep it and run
There it is.
left.
There's the corner. Oh, what a great play by Cece Hamilton. That was Miles Garrett-like.
Cece's been all over the field, both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively.
She's got wheels.
Her dad was quite the wiffle ball player, Arnie Hamilton, my next-door neighbor growing up.
Is that right?
We had some epic wiffle ball battles back in the day.
Who didn't?
He would emulate Tony Gwynn, and I was
Oh,
Eddie
Tony
Murray.
Gwynn was my favorite
I was Eddie
player.
Murray.
Eddie Murray, another good one, too. You had Tony Gwynn with the perfect swing, and then Eddie Murray, his swing wasn't perfect, but it was efficient.
Oh,
She comes intercepted again. Is that number 2? Oh, those are some
Looked
hard
like it
numbers
been-
to see, Coach.
Looked like it had been 2. Lizzie Meyer, maybe?
Yeah, she's had a nice defensive game. She's had her name called a few times. Did they call a penalty?
Penalty, or she didn't attempt to kneel it or down it?
First down PAE. I'm not sure if they are going to call pass interference. But PAE's got the ball. Should be right about the 10-yard line.
Down to 3 minutes, 44 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to need a score and a big defensive stop in a hurry. And I think Black Widow will use that clock up. There's the pass. Oh! Into the soccer net. Just a little bit too high. Nice effort there all the way around. Just need to get that ball a little bit lower.
As the clock continues to wind down, we're almost under the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, and they just don't have that sense of urgency. You're not coached up for that. And, that running clock does hurt. It's very unforgiving if you're trailing. There's Oliver looking in the middle again.
Now
Oh,
they
this
come
time
down
she
here.
goes to
Oh,
the
the
corner.
receiver falls down, intercepted. And she may take it to the house. This could be a 99-yard interception return for a touchdown.
There it is.
In for the score, and that'll do it. That'll clinch the game.
2:39 left. Black Widows add another touchdown.
Reception and touchdown for the Black Widows by number 7, Cece Hamilton.
Isn't that something? Cece Hamilton has had a great game on both sides of the ball, and she just clinched it for the Black Widows.
Yeah, that should do it. She got a read on it. The receiver fell down for PAE. She jumped in front of the route and took it 99, 100 yards for the score.
So 2:39 left to play. It's 25-6. The Black Widows lead PAE. We still got a conversion to try down here. Both teams are kind of out of sorts right now. These are the little parts of the game that people don't understand as a football coach. Sure, you have to teach your kids the plays, but everything that happens in between, you don't have all this time in a normal game. If you spend too much time celebrating over here, you're going to delay a game on your point after try. And
Absolutely.
so, that's stuff that, most people don't even think about, but you have to work on that. And
Yes.
situations that very rarely come up, like, on a safety, and then now you got to kick off from the 20, and just all these little things that a lot of people would overlook. But as a football
Situational
coach,
football.
you have to think about everything.
And you got to find the time to practice all of those, even if it's at least once a year. Like we were actually in that situation this year after a safety and had to come out and kick. And are you going to kick off? Are you going to punt it? And which unit are you putting out there? The kickoff team, the punt team? Who do you want out there? And so there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, and then you've got you have to practice blocking point afters and field goals, and then you have to teach guys, hey, if you get the ball, you got to run the other way. There's just so many little things, and
Yeah,
I don't know how you.
ball and what's not.
I don't know how you fit it in to the little bit of time that you have to work with the kids. There's just so much.
You just have a checklist and you go through it through the summer, and some things you emphasize a little bit more than others. Punting out of the back of your end zone, and what happens if it's a bad snap? Do you want the safety? Do you give up the touchdown, kick it out of the back of the end zone, and taking a knee?
All those, victory formations. That's the one thing you like to practice in practice. There's Schimmels going around the corner, and McNeil's the last one that can stop her, and I think McNeil missed. The extra point is good. That's the first time McNeil hasn't made a defensive stop.
Yeah, she's had a great game for PAE, and just missed. It's a game of inches, and she just missed that flag by about an inch.
Extra points for the Black Widows by number 3, Allie Schimmel.
So a basketball player and a volleyball player there on the two big plays for Black Widow as they sudden change defensive score. Ryan Baer down there calling up for a score change. He thinks it's 28. He wants every point he can get. Our scoreboard operator isn't having any of it, though. She's putting the kibosh on that. Talk to the hand, Ryan Baer. Talk to the hand.
Yeah, he doesn't look so big from 100 feet away. He's not as intimidating down there. He does stand out, though.
Yeah, that he does. So they did change it to 28.
The only negative to this game is how much smack talk I'm going to hear from the winning coaches that
absolutely
play football. They're going to have all the answers. And
well, now what you can do is you can say, well, why did it take you so long to run a play? You know? Going deep, and that one's going to fall incomplete. But that clock will continue to run, so PAE is running out of time. About 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the game. And they've got a big deficit, 28-6. I don't want to say never, but it's one of those things. I'm not sure how you could make this deficit up in a running clock situation.
Yeah,
we were talking about that earlier with football.
Yes. Yeah, not being familiar with all the rules, and I'm assuming no way to get it back like an onside kick. You'd have to score, get a pick, score, get a pick. So I don't know if it's possible, but as long as they continue to play hard and have fun out there and get out healthy, she might get the corner here, and she's got a little bit of a lane.
And that was Autumn Fester that pulls that flag, so little softball on softball crime there. Maddie Cicero, an outfielder. Autumn Fester, I think she's pitched. She played some outfield. She's a little utility player.
Yeah, if I remember, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's a fun night coming out. Something a little different.
Yeah, hopefully after prom was able to raise some money for the kids, for these seniors. You know, they've had a kind of a rough go of it with everything COVID related the last couple of years. I'm sure some of their fundraisers got canceled, and I'm sure it's been pretty hard for them to raise money. So anybody out there listening that'd like to help out, I'm sure you can contact our boosters or our senior parent representative.
That's a long snap. I think we've got an offsides. I don't know if they'll call it.
Looks like they're just going to let them play at this point with about a minute and a half left and the score the way it is.
She wasn't down.
No, she gave up on it, thought the flag was pulled. Could have picked up a few more yards there.
Play to the whistle. First down for PAE with 1:14 left. But I think this one's in the books. I think Black Widows has solidified their victory with that pick six.
Yeah, they're moving the ball, having a little bit of success now, but it might be a little too late.
Thank you to the After-Prom 2022 committee. Cheryl Hamilton.
What do we got? A timeout, PAE with 1:06 left. Yeah, so once again, this is a fundraiser for the After Prom. That's why you get all these seniors out here having a lot of fun. Probably one of the best fundraisers, the easiest one, instead of making cookies and selling cookies all day.
Absolutely.
Come out, have a little fun night.
and something they'll remember and talk about, and they'll have pictures and stuff. And
Right.
I want to thank you for coming up and volunteering, giving up your time to get up here and help out and make it a little bit more special, not only for the kids, but for anybody who wasn't able to make it and they're able to tune in tonight. And so we appreciate all that you do covering North sports. You've been a big advocate and big supporter of me personally in our program, and obviously my daughter Jess with the softball, but I know you cover all the other sports. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Not bad for a rebel, huh?
Not bad. Not bad at all. You look better in orange and black anyways.
I think I wear every color well, but, what do you do?
We do appreciate you, though.
I enjoy it. Good people around here. All the schools I cover, I really enjoy. They treat me well. So any chance I get to, do something like this, I'm happy to do it.
Good to hear. Keep doing what you're doing. You do it right. You do it for the kids, and that's all that matters. And I know the adults get a little something out of it, too, so makes it even more special.
There's worse ways to make a living, too, than covering high school sports.
Absolutely.
Coaching,
Absolutely.
Don't run to Autumn Fester. She's like Tupperware over there. Nothing gets through.
Under a minute to go, down to just under 50 seconds. This one's just about over. Starting to see the Black Widows celebrating a little bit on the sideline.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see, North getting a flag football team with the girls. I know Kirtland was in there last year, Perry, Menor. Oh, is that Schimmels making that catch? Wow, she went up and got that ball. Great catch. That was Robbie Sevagen. Hey, that's me.
We've got a late penalty flag here. Personal foul, looks like.
Robbie Sevagen. Boy, I wish I had instant replay ability here because that was a great catch. She went up and got that one.
Curious to see if the players give a Gatorade bath.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Want to see who can get it up and over Ryan Bear's head.
We'll have to stand on the bench. He is a big dude. They don't make him like that too often.
Nope. Biggest kid I've ever coached. Or coached against, to be honest with you.
And, it's one thing to be big, but then it's another to put in the work that he puts in.
Yeah,
that's going to be.
No doubt about it. And in for the score, I don't see any penalty flags.
Grace Oliver with her rushing touchdown. A little too late, but close that gap a little bit, make it a little more respectable. 28-12 now with 18 seconds to go.
I was expecting a little bit more out of some of the end zone celebrations tonight.
I think that they should have worked on that. That's a coaching thing, I think.
Absolutely.
We should have saw, coordinated or choreographed end zone celebrations. I'm with you. 18 seconds left here at Carter Stadium in Eastlake for the 2021 North Rangers Powder Puff game. Grace Oliver takes the snap. She's looking to throw. Is that Sevagen again? It was. A couple defenders got in the way, and that one falls incomplete. They ran the clock down to 13 seconds.
I don't want to give away the play, but it looked like Ryan Bear was talking to his team over there. It almost looked like he was teaching them to take a knee, but looked like they were trying to fake the knee and then throw it deep. So let's see if he gets greedy here and tries to get another one in the end zone. But the clock continues to run, so I think that'll do it.
That is going to do it. The Black Widows, they are going to beat PAE. 28-12 is your final score.
Your final score tonight is Black Widows 28.
Tons of fun. It's nice to see the kids in a different element. I've covered them playing volleyball, softball, soccer, whatever. But to see them come out here a little bit different, like Maddie Cicero, she's such a quiet kid. With a football in her hand, she, come at me, bro. And, so it's just different to see these kids in that type of an environment. So that was a ton of fun.
Absolutely. You can see the competitiveness come out in the kids, which is always fun to see,
For sure. All right, well, from Nick Carter Stadium, that's going to do it for us. We've got no post-game show here, so I really want to give a big shout-out to Coach Dodd for coming up and having some fun and spitting some football wisdom at us. for 40 minutes there of game-play. And obviously, best of luck to you and the Rangers this weekend. Opportunities knocking. Make something happen. And,
Absolutely.
You can walk in with a defeatist attitude and say, you know what, we're the heavy underdog. Walk away at least saying, you know what, we gave everything we could. They're a better team than us, but we learned, we did this. We've got some momentum for these young guys going into next season, and give them something to look forward to. And
Absolutely. Our guys are excited about it. Our staff's excited about it. Everybody's worked hard, and we're going to get out there Friday night, and whatever happens, happens.
Those are the things you can't control. If all you can do is go in and say, you know what, let's control our controllables and do the best we can, and good things happen. Doesn't mean you have to go in and stun the world and knock off the defending state champ. If it happens, great.
Right, absolutely.
And move on, and you get their path now. You beat the number 3, you get their lower seeds up until that championship game. And
Yep.
So yeah, go and do some good things out there this weekend, and look forward to seeing you again. But I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun. It was a good time.
It is. All right, so that's going to do it for us here up at Nick Carter Stadium in Eastlake. The Black Widows are 28-12 winners over PAE. We'll call them the Orange Jerseys since we can't say their name. But appreciate you all folks tuning in and being a part of this for the seniors out here at North for their after prom, and donate. Do you guys have other ways that people can donate? Come on and get on my microphone here. Who's going to come on and get on the mic and talk about some other ways that people can donate? You can do it. One minute, folks. We're going to get some information on how you can donate to After Prom. You guys are all on Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok, and now you're afraid to get on a microphone? Oh, they're going to pass me. All right. Now I got to find my glasses. All right, so other ways you can donate for the senior class after prom, November 15th, Dine to Donate at Levira Party Center. From October to April, it's concessions and spirit wear volunteers are needed. November and December, North Blankets and North Hudson Family Signs. December, Dine to Donate at Cleveland Pizza. January, the Super Bowl Squares. February, a Valentine's Day wine basket sale. April, after prom tickets are on sale. You can also consider donating gift cards or making a minimum donation of $25 if your child is planning to attend after prom and you do not want to participate in upcoming fundraisers. You can message the after prom on Facebook at NHS 2022. And then there's also an upcoming meeting on Tuesday, November 16th at 7 p.m. You can attend at North or join via Zoom. So that is going to do it for us here at Nick Carter Stadium. Thank you for tuning in, and best of luck to the Rangers.